So guys, why should we listen to metal? We have our own PhD here in Australia, Danny. That's very exciting to talk about. We've asked our fans as well, and they've responded. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But we are metalheads, and we feel we have a lot to just talk about right now, and to tell the people that it's not just all about screams and about pain and suffering, just mostly, Danny.
Yeah, it's one of the things you learn about being a metalhead is that it's a constant struggle about explaining to people that being a metalhead is not about worshiping Satan and purposely out hurting people and just about like trying to paint your walls with people's blood. So one of the good things about being a metalhead is that you get to have discussions with a lot of people.
That's true. You are forced to defend something that you really, really love that doesn't really make much money, but that really gives you a lot of pleasure, because one thing that it does really, really well is it gives you a frustration, like an outlet, because all you do is get asked that, oh, metal, isn't it that Satan worshipping thing?
Yeah.
So it's this big vicious cycle. You're forced to then listen to metal because you're so sick of telling your parents that you're not into Satanism, or having a guy saying that Satan is real and he's here to take down your family. So there is that whole point about it.
Yeah, and there's, like everything, there's always a certain percentage in everything in life which is like inherently evil. Like it's the whole point of yin and yang. It's always good and evil and good.
Yeah.
So sure, with metal you can't defend everything, but 99.9% of metal is benevolent. Like we all love it. It gives us great joy. It makes happy. The community's all there together.
Yeah, it's mostly like the Bible. It's all pretty much just metaphors, really, I mean, the Bible's been such a great influence on metal, like the imagery for one thing. I mean, how many times has Jesus appeared on a black metal album? Making his appearance. He might be the wrong way around, or certainly more blood used than usual. Or maybe the nails aren't in his hands and they're in other places.
Yeah, a couple more thorns. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's all a part of this joy of sharing cultures. And another thing that creates metal, gives to metal, is that you can, absorb other cultures and talk about other things that you normally wouldn't want to talk about.
Yeah, it's true. And it's not just the culture, but it's really easy to make friends and new people through your metal music.
It's true.
You go across the other side of the world and you don't even know the bloke who wear the same shirt as that person wears. You're like your best friends.
That's right.
So what's going on here?
If you wear a heavy metal garment, like a band that you like, you don't have to like heavy metal in general, just like a band, and you will be accepted into communities that you never would have thought so, in countries that may not even speak your language. So, I mean, what a great way of extending an olive branch to someone other than from Iran, Danny.
Yeah, exactly. I went to a pretty yappish thing on Friday night here in LA. It's a beer and barbecue place, and everybody, I thought being a beer and barbecue festival, we dressed up in hard rock attire to a degree. Now everybody dressed up in their like yappy clothing. Like, that's weird. But one guy saw my deer beanie. He's like, "Oh, deer!" Yeah. And we talked for like 20 minutes, and I was like, "See that? Straight away connection." It's like that Jerry Seinfeld opening monologue. We talked about when you're a kid, so easy to make friends. Like you see a guy riding a bike from your street, he goes, "Hey, I like orange soda. I like orange soda. Hey, let's be best friends." And exactly like that. Metal's the same. Hey, you like deer? I love deer. Yeah, we're best friends. And if you don't like the same songs, then you still have that mutual respect. So liking metal is a great way to get friends as well.
So there you go. You've reached out to a whole new plethora of new friendship circles, and that's just off of heavy metal music. Now, the best thing about, I think, heavy metal is that it is cathartic. One thing for us is that we've had a long day listening to pop music. Certain people here work in certain jobs that we're forced to be at the radio or a fake radio or whatever, and it annoys you, like these songs that mostly talk about babies, about a girl or relationships, or not having a girlfriend or relationships, can get redundant. And I think metal's great because it talks about other things that don't involve the significant other, unless it's Steel Panther.
yeah, some sort of glam rock song. Yeah, that's kind of a bit more exciting as well. But no, you're right. The song's a bit more meaningful, a bit more in depth. I always find that great when people say, like with metal, like, "Oh, you can't understand what it's saying, makes no sense." I'm like, well, what's your favorite like song lyrics from the song? You're like, "Oh, that one." It's like, yeah, you didn't even care about the song lyrics.
Shaggy made it, and he couldn't even speak English, and he repeated his thing. That's the one thing about it. Is a lot of what? Yeah. I think metal's got a great place for that. So that's another reason why we listen to metal, Danny.
Yeah, increase your vocabulary.
Yeah, it does. You know?
Don't use us for like as a demonstration of that abilities, but it can help increase your vocabulary.
I think so. I think it can really work for you. I've listened to far too much metal now that all I hear is just like the top ends of things. All the bottom ends is just gone. Like I can't hear tops. So if you speak in a voice lower than Barry White or around his level, I'm not going to get it.
That's good. So when dogs barking, you don't know. So
there you go. So another reason to like metal. You know, if sick of your neighbours, you just go deaf from listening to blast beats.
You might have a cute pharmacist, so you have to keep going to buy earplugs. You know, that's also positive about metal.
Yeah, it's true. I also like the one thing I like about metal as well is that because when you really like a certain music style, you see the opposite sex, it automatically lifts them into a higher number than maybe they're not normally. But you're like, you know. And I get like it's far more about, you know, looks are so subjective and knowing a person about, you know, what they're like and their dislikes and all that is very important. But if they like metal and they're in a metal concert, they're looking far more attractive.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and I mean sometimes if you like the whole like the belts and the whips and the fucking spikes, that makes it more attractive again. Yeah. That's next level stuff. But yeah, you're right. It's something back. Because then that's
bondage is
respect.
metal.
Yeah, bondage is metal.
Yeah.
Is that like respecting? You know, that person's a genuine person because they like what they like, and they're not liking something because they're forced to like it. It's like that's awesome, man. You like what I like, and it's really good when that happens. So you're more genuine people happen. Again, people think they're not genuine. They're just angry. Like in the pit, you just like run into each other and smash.
But that's the thing. There's an outlet that if you have anger and you really want to physically absolve yourself from that, and you know, you might have sin in your heart and you're like, I don't want to hit anyone, but if you're in the mosh pit and you want to bump against someone's shoulder as hard as you can, and they're gonna love you for it, you know. So there is a space in the heavy metal community that will allow you to be take your aggressions out a little bit, you know. And there's no other place. I mean, apart from maybe on the sporting field, which purely makes you like, oh, you want a 3rd degree assault charge? Well, just do rugby. Yeah. You know, if you want to, do it. But here in metal, you know, you can get to like the foreplay version of it, you know, where you can kind of nift against someone's shoulder and then you can fall on the ground and they will grab you and then you will feel that thing called love. Then do with that what you want.
Yeah, that's true as well. And I guess there's, you know, I'll admit it, there's a bit of superiority when you like metal compared to other music genres. I'm like,
so?
Yeah, like when you see like dance and R&B and stuff, not R&B, but dance and EDM. I'm like, that's some music. Come on, man.
Certain styles of metal forces you to put a lot of hours into your instrument and to really get good at it and put a lot of distortion over it so you can't hear most of it and it sounds like, you know, Space Invaders or something, or like what I like to call the Rusty Cooley effect. If you've never heard of Rusty Cooley, go listen to one of his solos, him playing as fast as you can, and doesn't it sound like the ghost dying in Pac-Man? It's so fast, and like you'd see the transcript and it's like 7 pages and you're like, oh wow, there's Ghost die very full on in in his world.
And they go through metals. There's always a genre for the mood you're in as well.
There is.
So no man, you'd be driving to work. You want to listen to a bit of like progressive rock to calm you down. You're having a bit of fun with your mates chilling in the background. You play a bit of like glam rock or something. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You know, you're about to go into battle, like burn a church. You got like black metal.
Yeah, you got to do it. No, like here's the thing, because there is an outlet. There's a motivational tool there for anything you need to do, and it might not be as heavy as that. Maybe you just need a bit of courage to ask out Susie before she rejects you, and you go ahead and be in a metal band.
So you listen to power metal to feel you good, and when she rejects you listen to death metal to make you feel like get its aggression out. So
I don't listen
every
to
occasion
metal.
before,
I got nothing to be happy about.
Mellow death metal then. Then after she rejects you, death metal. There you go.
All right, so I hope that gives you enough reasons to check out metal. I know that I'm super inspired to listen to heavy metal right now.
Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah.
If you guys want to leave us a comment on the old YouTube, make sure you do about why you listen to metal, because I don't know if this is going to be enough. So I think it is.
I think we covered relationships. We covered work. We covered screwing the government over because they're anti it, so therefore you automatically love it.
We did.
So now I'm saying it.
Oh, yeah,
so the governments are like, you should not listen to metal because that means you're thinking outside the box. Screw you, government. I'll listen to what I listen to. So you got that. We got relationships.
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And leave a comment and we'll talk to you guys in the next one, I guess. But in the meantime, see you next one.